Hey friends, so it is 11 p.m. on Saturday. I am going to vlog this week, whatever I read. I looked at my work schedule for this week, and I have a lot of time on my hands this week. I mean, I'm still in school and I still have my internship, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to vlog. And what inspired this reading vlog, was two things. One was that I just finished this book that I really, really hated. I know it's only January, but I'm thinking it's going to make it on the worst books of 2020 for me. Should I tell you what it is? Do you guys want to know? Okay. That was The Troop by Nick Cutter. Jelly, so that's Jelly Bean licking the camera. And Bella, boo. Bella, come here. Let me see you. I was looking at my bookshelf and I noticed, could you get out? I noticed that I have a lot of books in general, but I have a lot of books that people have gifted me. I wanted to try and get some of my books that I've already gotten from people off my shelf. So Amanda sent me 10 by KarenM.McManis a while back. This is like, honestly, I'm hoping that it's like a cheesy horror novel about this weekend at this isolated mansion on this island, and then some of the teenagers start dying. But I'm gonna read this, and then I was thinking of doing like a scavenger hunt type thing for the next book that I read, because I'm pretty much done with my TBR for the month. There are a couple books I didn't get to or that I DNF'd, but you'll have to watch my wrap up to see. But it says 10 teens, 3 days, 1 killer. So I really, really want to get into this. My scavenger hunt idea, though, is basically, while I'm reading this, I'm going to make note of, like, the setting and some of the character names, or if this book vibe gives me vibes of a different book, or even something like, say that I end up giving this book 4 stars, because I think this will be a 4 or 5-star book. If this is a 5-star book, then I have to, after finishing this one thing I could do is like read a 5-star prediction, or maybe reread a favorite, or something like that. So it'll be like a scavenger hunt reading vlog. Good morning. So I started Pen by KarenM.McManis last night, and I got to page 94. I am liking it so far. It's kind of like a teen drama of sorts. It started off kind of slow. You were getting introduced to the 10 different characters and just, going into their teenage world. And we just had the first murder. And I'm using quotations for murder right now because I'm pretty sure it's a murder, but everyone thinks that she committed suicide. I am getting ready for my Zoom session of tutoring. Reading update. So I finished 10 by KarenM.McManis. It was 5 out of 5 stars. It was just perfection. Follow 10 teenagers who go to this island house party, and they think that's gonna be like this really fun weekend. Come here. And of course Jelly Bean's here because I'm filming. But it's supposed to be this really fun weekend, but what ends up happening is that someone starts murdering these teenagers. And one by one they all start dying. And then I was not expecting the ending at all. I was trying to figure out who do I least expect to be guilty and who is it, and I was completely wrong. But I loved it. I would highly recommend this. I wanted another survival story because this just was so good. It had like a little bit of a love story and some friendship elements that really just sung to my heart, and it just made it so nice. But in general, it was like very thrilling, very high stakes, and you were wondering who done it. So I picked another survival story to read next. So I'm going to be reading One Was Lost by Natalie D. Richards. Something else that's funny is that both of these books were from Amanda. I didn't intentionally do that, but this book just made me really want to read this one. Reading update. Already read 2 books in 2 days. Come on, this reading vlog is gonna be good. But I wanted to update you. I finished One Was Lost by Natalie D. Richards. 70 pages was kind of like, not 100% sold on this. But the freaking ending and the stuff in the middle, it just kept getting better and better and better. And then the freaking ending is so surprising. So I'm torn. Should I give it 4 stars? Because the first 50 to 70 pages were kind of not gripping enough. Because with Natalie D. Richards' other book, 6 Months Later, I was gripped from the very beginning. And this one didn't quite do that for me, but I still really, really enjoyed it. So, despite the slow start with this book, not loving the first little bit, I'm going to give it 5 stars again. Sarah. But you follow Sarah and her class as they go on a class camping trip, and there's something with this guy who she may or may not like, and they might have had a thing or a moment months before, but she kind of just was like, yeah, no. Before anything started, but, being in the wilderness after your entire class has been drugged, and then you're kind of trying to survive, and, that boy that you may or may not have had a thing for, starts treating you really nice and starts helping you try to survive. It was just really cute, okay? 5 out of 5 stars. Now, I have a few options here. So far, my 2 books that I've read have been survival stories. They've been thrillers. The other one had a lot of, I guess they both have horror aspects to them. I wouldn't say that they're both huge horror books. They're more survival thriller books, but they do have horror aspects, which I just have been loving. But something in this book that I was not expecting was the love story between Sarah and Lucas. And it was just so cute. It gave me all the feels. And, and they just are perfect for each other. And they, save each other multiple times. And, just read this book. I think because I loved that freaking love story in that survivalist book, I'm going to try a Casey West book. So Casey West is either hit with me, I love 2 of her books, and I hated 2 of her books. So this is going to be the defining book. I'm hoping that this 5-star book keeps coming, and I hope this is 5 stars. But because I know Casey West is really good at writing love stories, I'm going to read Love, Life, and the List. Reading update. I finished Love, Life, and the List by Casey West. Honestly, I did not have very good expectations going into this. I just thought, I'm probably not going to even like it. But I breezed through it. So here's Jellybean. Are we surprised at all? This was so cute. It was just, it had heartbreak. It had love. It had a list, which I really love feels, it was just adorable. So, I was thinking I could do like a love story. I could do another Casey West book, but I don't own any, so I'd probably have to find one on audio. Or I could do something with the list aspect, or a YA novel, or, you know, something similar to the cover. But I went with the list aspect. So the next book I'm going to be reading is The List by Sabahan Vivian. I'm sorry if I messed that up. This has been on my radar for a long time. Over a year now. It's this YA novel about this high school. Oh my god, her name is Abby too. So I could use it for the same name of characters. But honestly, I picked it because of the list. But at this high school, someone creates these lists of the 8 prettiest girls and the 8 ugliest girls. And Abby makes the ugliest cut, I believe. Okay guys, so I'm actually gonna fill out my planner. I started. That is my school. So this, I have a list to go through. Hey friends, so I'm about 100 pages into the list right now. It's really pulling at my heartstrings. This is so realistic, and I did not expect it to hit me right here so hard within the first 100 pages. I think I'm definitely gonna finish it tonight, but oh my god, is it wrecking my soul. Another reading update. I finished a second book today. I finished The List. So this kind of reminds me of Odd Girl Out in a lot of ways, which Odd Girl Out is a movie from the early 2000s that I really enjoyed. So it starts off with this list that I guess comes out every single year about, it has 8 girls on this list. There's the ugliest girl in like freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior grade level. And then there's also the prettiest. And then there's all the girls in between. I feel like just disgusted with this book, honestly. Because objectifying girls like that is just so wrong. And I know that it's a reality more often than we want to even admit. So, the good news is that the 5 stars are continuing. It was a great book. If you want to feel something and cry, because I cried a lot reading this. And it's not a fun book. It's sad. It's really sad. So, for our next book on the scavenger hunt, I haven't picked it. Usually I have it all picked out when I give you an update. I might wait until tomorrow to start another book, as it is 9 o'clock already. And I just don't want to get wrapped up in another book until tomorrow. But my options are, I can do like a hard-hitting contemporary. I could do any YA novel. Or something that takes place mostly in a school. Or I can find a book with the main character named Abby. Or Sarah. Or Jennifer. So I have options. I don't know what I'm going to pick yet. I don't know if I want something hard-hitting. Because, yes, this was a very enjoyable book. But, oh my gosh, it broke me. I guess I could do a TBR vet too, because this one, even though I haven't physically owned it for very long, that's another one I could do recently purchased. So I have a ton of options. But, like I was saying, even though I haven't owned it very long, it's been on my radar for a long time. So I could do like a TBR vet, recently purchased. Or something. So I'll probably update you tomorrow when I've picked my next book. Good morning. So I think that our 5 stars are over. And it's really sad. So I started We Set the Dark on Fire by Taylor K. Misha last night. Yeah, I made it. Okay, I made it another 40 pages. I made it to page 100 of We Set the Dark on Fire. It's just not for me. There is a lot of political intrigue in this book, which is not my style. So I'm just gonna officially DNF it, which means that my next book for this reading vlog has to be like a low expectation, or a book maybe a book I've changed my mind about, or a book I'm just not sure about anymore, I guess. That's gonna be hard to find on my shelf. Oh, wonderful people. It is snowing. I live in the desert, so it does not snow here, but it's snowing. Do you guys see it? Do you guys see it? It's so much fun. I love the snow. Let's try and catch one. I actually got one. I'm sorry. I just had to tell you. But my happy dance. So we got to go play out in the snow, and that was so much fun. I love the snow. I love the rain. I love the cold. And I live somewhere where, like, it's hot and hotter and hottest. Okay, sometimes in the winter it gets cold, but it never snows here. So I'm so excited. I have class in about an hour, though. So I thought, you know what? While I wait for class, why don't I start my next book? Do you guys have any guesses what it is? So, since I DNF'd that book, I was thinking about it. I DNF'd that book, but it's not like it was bad. It just isn't intriguing enough for me. Instead of putting myself in a slump and picking a low expectations book, I thought I would pick a book that I don't know anything about, which was fairly easy. So I put this on my Amazon wish list because of the author and because I know it's a YA thriller. Those are the two things that I know. That's it. So I'm going to read The Cousins by KarenM.McManis. And I know that I've read... Oh, you know what? It's just like a little blurb. That's why. I don't know if I've ever read the inside flap or not. But we're not going to. We're just going to go into it pretty blind. I've read One of Us is Lying by KarenM.McManis. And I loved the twist. Like, I went into One of Us is Lying thinking, oh, it's going to be some kind of twist ending. And, so I was guessing things that I thought were very, very unlikely. But it never even crossed my mind, the ending of that book. But it was great. I was mind blown. So I went and added The Cousins to my Amazon wish list. And then I won a giveaway on BookTube from Kalani at Kalani Simply Me. I'll link her channel down below. So I'm about 50 pages into The Cousins by KarenM.McManis. And I am really enjoying it so far. She is like a wonderful mystery writer. I wouldn't say it's a thriller. If it is, then it's too soon to know. But I feel like it's more of a mystery, and I'm so intrigued that I just want to keep reading. Unfortunately, I have class in 5 minutes. So, that's my only update for right now, but, oh my gosh, I am enjoying this. I think it might be too soon to say this, but we might be back on the 5-star bandwagon. Reading update, I have made it halfway into The Cousins by KarenM.McManis. There are some really cool twists in here. So, I was thinking that I could listen to the audiobook while let me just show you. Clean this messy kitchen. Yeah, so I gotta clean that. But I'm kind of more in the mood to rock out to some country music and just kind of dance a little and everything. You can't listen to it though, so I'm gonna set you guys up and you can have some really fun cleaning montage. Sure, let's go for it. update. Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Wednesday, January 27th.
So it's Wednesday. And I have finished The Cousins by KarenM.McManis. I actually finished this yesterday, but I didn't film my reaction to it. I really wanted to think about how I felt about this book. Anyways, I gave it 5 stars. Like, come here, Jelly. Come here. Come on. Here's Jelly Bean. But this was an interesting read. It's this family mystery that involves 3 generations of the Story family. And you follow 2 different timelines. So you follow the timeline in 1996 when Allison's mom kicks her out and disowns all of her siblings. And then you follow today where Aubrey, Mildred, and Thomas, I think that's his name, Jonah, Aubrey, and Millie, sorry, they are going to the island where their grandmother lives, the one who disowned all of her kids, and they are all cousins. They are all meeting for the first time. And as they go to this island to try and meet their family, you kind of figure something else out that's a huge mystery throughout the whole story, but I can't give it away. But it was such a cute mystery. So I have decided, because I'm the queen of everything on this channel, that KarenM.McManis is the queen of YA mystery. She's like God tier. She's amazing. Love this book. Highly, highly recommend it. See, I haven't heard anyone talk about this, but then I found out it didn't come out till December. So maybe people just haven't read it yet, but oh my gosh, I urge you to read this. There are so many dark twists and turns in this book, and I just love it. In 5 Years by Rebecca Surley, and just look at that cover. I don't know if you can see how gorgeous it is. Hey friends, future Alita here. I totally forgot to tell you what I thought of the book In 5 Years, which I absolutely loved. It was not at all the romance that I thought it would be, but it was heartbreaking, and I think I would consider it literary fiction. If you've read this, please let me know what you would categorize it, because I'm not 100% sure here. But I enjoyed this book so much, and I have no idea why I picked All the Water in the World after this book, honestly. So we're just gonna go with it. Enjoy the rest of the vlog. So I'm starting my vlog. Well, I'm starting to edit it. So you guys will see this Monday probably. That's usually when I put up vlogs. So we're going to try and get it done by Monday. It is Thursday. And I finished All the Water in the World by KarenM. I didn't like it. Okay, I gave it 3 stars. It's average. It's fine. The problem with this book is that I did not connect to the characters, which is a huge thing for me because you follow Maddie and Eve, who are a mother-daughter who have... Maddie is a teenager who has cancer. And she's very, very ill. And I honestly was going into this thinking, oh my god, I'm going to love it, and then I'm going to send it to my mom. Because my mom likes to read too. I just read more than she does. But I was thinking, oh my god, it's going to be so good. It's going to be something we can connect over because I'm a cancer survivor and my mommy, you know? So, that's what I was hoping for. What I got was a book about Maddie who has cancer, but you're told what you're supposed to feel and what's supposed to be going on rather than shown. Like good writing, you can show what's going on without just flat out coming out and telling me. And quite honestly, I just didn't care about anything that happened in this book, which makes me sound like a cold-hearted monster, but I really did not like it. Honestly, it's just a very forgettable book. To end this vlog, I'm gonna make Amanda so freaking happy right now. So we started with 10 by KarenM.McManis, which was a book I got from Amanda. And so far, we've ended on All the World is Water. That's not what it's called. I didn't like it, so I can't even remember what it's called. All the Water in the World. So, to end this vlog, she's just gonna love me so much right now. I got my hands on The Secret Life, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. So, Amanda got Addie LaRue in Book of the Month a couple months ago. She loved that book. She told me that I have to read it. That she really wants someone to read it so she can talk to us about it. And I told her I wasn't interested, but she got so butthurt that I, judged the book before giving it a shot. So I have the audiobook. So Amanda, I'm doing this for you. Hey, so I am about an hour and a half into The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I wasn't sure about this book. I'm still not 100% there yet. I was very confused when I first started reading this, but I didn't know what to expect. It feels like it's all starting to come together a little bit, so I'm intrigued to read more. Reading update. I made it about halfway in Addie LaRue. I don't actually own the book, so I'm listening to it on audio. I want to love this book. It's okay so far. Nothing super special as of yet. but I feel like I am more of a plot-driven reader than a character-driven reader, and you have to be more of a character-driven reader to like this book, I feel like. Okay, so I started listening to Addie LaRue just a little bit more, and I am so glad that I did, because that is, the last scene was just chef's kiss. It was so good. I'm like so giddy right now, so I have to listen to some more of it tonight for sure. Reading updates. I think I'm over halfway through Addie LaRue. It's taking every ounce of self-control that I have not to text Amanda and tell her my theories, because oh my god, this book is so gripping, and I have this theory, but I can't tell you what it is because spoilers. But if my theory is right, I'm gonna throw something. I'm gonna be so mad. But, like, I don't understand, if my theory's right, why would he do that? I have so many thoughts about this book that I can't share with you because spoilers, but I really wish that I could text Amanda and tell her. Addie LaRue. This is the worst. It is Saturday morning, and we are going to end our reading vlog here. I do want to talk to you about The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, which is, by the way, my first V.E. Schwab. I was wrecked yesterday because of this book. Originally, I thought because of the ending, the like beautifully sweet, sad ending, that I would give it 5 stars, because there's no book that has ever wrecked me in that way. And it was just beautiful. It was haunting. But then I was thinking about it, and for the first half of the book, I didn't like the dual timelines. And the whole 300 years leading up to the main story was very repetitive. It wasn't bad, it was just very, very repetitive, which got kind of boring. So then I thought 4 stars. And then I got to sit on it. You definitely need time to think about this book. You can't just digest it all at once. It's so many different layers to this story. So I'm going to give it 5 stars because nothing has ever wrecked me in the same way that Addie LaRue did. But thank you guys so much for watching this vlog. If you're still here, you are amazing because I know this vlog is really long. But thank you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.